Hi everyone, this is Lynn from Monday Journals. I am going to flip through a new journal that I've completed. It is an entry for the Orange County Fair here in California. I haven't done one in a couple of years, and I had thought about it earlier this year and decided that it was time to put one in, show off my craftiness. And so I'm going to do a flip through. It might be a little bit long, so because I'm going to try to tell you pages and what I did here or there. There's a lot of detail when you work on something for exhibit on the fair or elsewhere. You just want to show all the little details that you can put forth. I'm also going to tell you like where I got some of the ideas for these, and so yeah, grab yourself a cup of coffee or tea and enjoy. First of all, I want to thank all the creators that are out there, because they've given me lots of inspiration to do some of these things, and that it's an important learning for me when I sit down and I want to do something, because I don't have a lot of time to work on things. I work full time, and so I do this on the weekends. And so there's a lot of people out there that I watch and get some ideas, even for my own personal journals. So let's get into it then. All right. So first of all, it's a corset journal, and I'm sure you guys have seen these out lately. Well, actually, I think they started coming out last year. I did make one as a prototype last year, which I show on one of my other videos. And I also flipped through and did some of the actual journey I did making the wedding journal for my kids last year, last March. So this is kind of like a take on it. I've done some different things, used some different materials that I really like, because it gives this journal a little bit more softness. So the people that I watched at first last year was Bohemian Crafting. She did it. She didn't give exact measurements for some of the things, but she laid out the corset journal, which I liked. The person that I watched that did like the complete measurements for the corset journal was Tracie Designs. I think she's in Australia. So I used her idea. The only difference is mine is longer. I think when I measured it, this is like 6.5 by 9. Mine is wider to fit our standard US 8.5 by 11 inch pages that I could just fold in half. So I made it longer. By the way, you're gonna hear some noises outside. I'm taping outside because it's a beautiful day, and the sun really helps with the pictures. Gives me enough brightness so that I can give you a good image of the colors that I do. So okay, so it is a corset journal. I have a tassel on it, which we'll walk through, and I have a closure, just a tie closure on it. And so I'm gonna pick it up and show it to you a little bit. There is lace, vintage lace here. There's some here. They're like this is lace. This is a doily that I pick up off of thrift stores or maybe antique shops. It is bound with sari silk, and I just buy it off of Etsy. You can see that there's a top closure, or one of the little embellishments that helps you hold your tassel. Sorry. And then this is the back, which is the back of the a dress, and more of the vintage doily. And then the actual fabric that's underneath is Tim Holtz fabric. I don't remember which one it is, but it's the one with the roses all over it. You can see it. And then the paper on the paper right here where it says Love and Flowers, this is vintage music paper that was given to me, but I got it from my sister quite a while ago. And the green, I was going to use it on a different journal, which I talk about in one of my other, another one when I was making these journals, and it just didn't go. So that's why I started this one and finished it for the fair. There's also a little embellishment at the bottom. You'll see I use a lot of different, there's some of my old jewelry that I don't wear anymore, and I like this one. It's like a dark, what do you call it? It's a dark blue with a little black pearl hanging on it. So I'll show you the tassel first. Oh, there's stuff coming up the top. There's things on the inside. There's layers on the outside. So, but let me show you real quick. The tassel is hand tied. It's wound and then tied at the top. And all I do is I just bind a bunch together. There's a lot of different users that are creators that are out there that give you how to do it. I kind of just went with the flow. I liked the look, how it came out with just twisting the soy silk around. There's vintage lace in here. There's just other ribbons. And then inside all the dangles that are hiding and peeking out, there is like this one. A lot of these pieces are just from things that I pick up at thrift stores or someone gives me to use on my journals. This one says it's a Brighton charm. A journey begins with a single step. So gems, there's sparklies on there. This is a necklace that I take apart. At the bottom I made my own little charm, and this one's actually from that, no, not that set of earrings. I think it's a different one, but it's a necklace that went with the earrings, and I just topped it or ended it with a little sparkly gem. And there's one more kind of interesting. These are just things it's a big necklace that I took apart, and then this is kind of fun because it matched. It's a glass bead I bought many years ago when I did jewelry making, and it has like little roses in it. Very pretty to hang from it. So that's the tassel. Let's go ahead and I'm going to zoom in just a little bit and we'll take a look. I already went over the cover, and there's lace. There's things I got from, like I said, from people that I've embellished all over the place. So next I want to talk about the papers real quick. Most of the papers are from Sharm Studio. It's called Vintage Lady, and she has 3 sets. I bought all 3, and there is a mixture of papers all over inside this. There are 4 signatures. It's like almost 2 inches thick because of all the lace and stuff that I've draped on the outside. But you can see that it has this gorgeous cascade of laces that droop down the side. I've got gems hanging off of it. As we go through the pages, I'll tell you each piece of what I've added on there. So that's, I just think this one's so pretty. Hope it does well. These pages, you can see the little shiny. Another reason why I'm outside, the light catches it. I use glossy accents here or there. You'll see that throughout the journal. There's none on this one. It's just a coordinating page. I didn't cover it. It's just pretty. If someone wants to, put a picture on it, whatever, that's cool. The first page, the first little dangle on it, it's kind of hard to see. Should have brought another piece of paper I could use, but it's just a couple of those. It's a necklace I got from Hobby Lobby. I took it apart, and then you can see that there's a yellow and a red gem hanging on it. I just think they add so much sparkle to the pages. I just like it. So I'll scooch in a little bit more. So you can see this is one of Tim Holtz's dies. I made it. It's the ticket holder, and I have tickets in it. There's a tag, more tickets and tickets. This is a paper lace dye that I use to make, and I put it on watercolor paper and then I stain them. These are with the distressed inks and oxides. You can see that because they oxidize really nicely. There'll be a bunch of tucks throughout the journal. This is just a card for writing in. There are tea stain papers. There's a lot of different papers to look at in here. I'm gonna back off just a tad here so you can see everything. Like this is machine sewn hearts that my sewing machine does. I do it on leftover strips of paper and then I fold it over to make a tab on the end. This is a fussy cut out from one of Tracie Fox's digitals. I think it was a freebie actually she gave us back in the day. Maybe I bought it, can't remember. She has so many and so many very cool things. A lace, I'm sorry, a paper doily. Here's just a little, it's just for looks. It's holds a ticket, a tuck spot. I did a little bit of embellishment here or there on some of the pages. This is pink Monarch prints. This is a strip, a collage strip, which I sew and then I glue on the pages. Mulberry paper. And then on the other side of this one, there's a little bit more detail added. These are from Pink Monarch print, which I, decorate they're like little pockets. They're kind of an interesting, if you look at the paper set for the Corset journal, she has these little, they're like, I don't know how they look like. They could be made into pockets or they could belly bands. They're kind of cool. You could do a lot of different things with them, of course, but I chose this one to be a little pocket. This is one of the little tiny embellishments that you get with the kit. This one has a clear pocket on the inside, and when you open it, you can see that there's the two cards in it. One is just plain, where I sewed around it. All of them, I think, almost all of them have sewing on it. And this one I sewed some paper trim on it, or the paper tie, just for some extra interest. And it goes in the pocket. This one is, I put it in a pocket so that you can see it out front. And then these are held with a paper clip. These little tiny cute ones with the hearts on it. Looks like that. Gorgeous images. This is the inside of signature one. And what I've done with I left the strings hanging and I've put these little tiny, I embellished the strings by taking one of the papers that I liked, and they had these cute little flowers. I printed one regular, right? Printed it out. So I print out the page, and then I print the second page out as a mirror, and then I'd fussy cut them out and put them on the inside. There are a couple pages, or I think 3 of the signatures have those in them. Extra detail. It's always cool, but I don't think I've seen this anywhere else. I'm sure somebody's thought of it and done it, but I really like how they turned out. I'd love to just get a page and print all of them out like that and just cut them out on my Cricut, and so I have them in a stash. Something I might think about doing. Here's another pocket. This is what I did is I made a pocket page. So the other side is the other pocket that I just showed you, which I'm not, where is that page? Oh, right here. So this is actually, I made it into like a page. So when I sewed the signature in, one side and one side. So it's kind of cool. It has a Velcro closure on it, and it has 2 cards on the inside. And that's that one. Has a little tab on it. Let's see. This one has a little dangle on it, and this dangle is somebody had it this last year. I saw it where they made these dangles from, like they punched out paper. They had a lot of different ideas. Punch out paper. I used glossy accents. I think it was Bohemian Crafting that did it. But she had one of those UV lamps. I don't have one. It's not necessary. I used the glossy accents, and before it was dry, I stuck the little tiny piece of embellishment on it so it dried in it, and it turned out to be this cute little dangle. Yeah. Mulberry paper. This is not my porch prints. This is Pink Monarch prints. It's from their classic collection. And this paper I didn't make. This is purchased paper. Thrifting. It's parchment paper. Really pretty. This page in the back here, I think it's the first signature. Maybe not yet. Some sewing on sari silk that's attached to a card. Then just a card. I made it a little thicker. You can do that stuff with it. So it has a double pocket. And then this one is Tim Holtz, and inside so it's just a little folio of sorts. And inside there's a little tag that can be written on, no secrets and stuff, whatever. I made these a long time ago, and it's fun to slip them in once in a while. And these are from Tea. I kind of threw some little tiny embellishments on the back, and then but they have some cute little proverbs or sayings on them, so they can just a little bit extra. I think I might put some more. I might add some little danglies on those. But it slips in the back one, in that back pocket. This is sticking out a little bit. Let's push that back in. And these go in here. I love these girls in their dresses. There's just a safety pin, a small safety pin with an L, my first initial. And then on the back side of this page, I put one of the one page wonders. It's a 6-inch. You can fill it up with everything, but it's a 6-inch paper that's folded. You use the whole thing, and you make several different compartments in it. So if you go to Pink Monarch prints, you'll find it. Just a tag. I don't remember exactly who that one's from. Didn't look it up either. So here's some more, just some tickets. And then this is from the Bleeding Hearts. This is a specimen tag that I made. It's Bleeding Hearts, and these are from my sister's. I actually got the year on it. My sister, who has a bleeding heart in front of her house, and when they were starting to go, turn sad, ready to fall off, I grabbed a couple of them and did some I saved them, and then I saved them so I could make some slides, and they turned out very nice. I like it. Like it. Just some embellishments, tracing paper. This is a paper clip, and on this side, of course, you can see that it has a little dangle on it. I'm not going to pull it off. I can pull it up a little bit so you can see it a little better. Of course, I have a little bit of a... But on the other side, I have it on there so I don't want to move it off. But it's the paper clip back. It's a card, right? It's a card. And then I put this little embellishment on it. And it's kind of covering up a little bit of that paper clip. So it kind of looks nice, and I don't want to disturb it. And there's a sewing on it as well. Let's see, get that back up there. This side of the page is a pocket, is a freebie. Maybe not. I don't remember. I have some that I've just cut out and I pull them out of my stash. A lot of times I don't have a ton of stuff, but a lot of times I can remember. But I'm pretty sure this is from Pink Monarch prints. And this is a Tracie Fox printable, And then I use the Tim Holtz wildflower dies. I cut them out in the summer, well, actually all year round. I'll have a stash, and I take them with me when we go out camping. And I have a few watercolor paints, and I paint them up so I can use them as embellishments in my journal. So I put that one in here. And this is kind of fun. This is just one of the images from one of the tags that I cut off, but kind of tried to make it so it was part of the image behind, you know, on the page. So it kind of turned out pretty cool, I think. You're getting that bar on my setup here, but yeah. So that turned out nice. You're gonna notice on all of my signatures that I use this heart lace. It's from Hobby Lobby, and if you look, I have actually done a weave in with the different colored ribbons. It's 1/8 inch ribbon, and I weave it in, and then I also sew it at the top, over the top, so that it doesn't fall out. I'm sorry, so that the lace does not fall off the page. It's kind of a heavy lace, and just gluing it sometimes isn't enough. So I do a quick stitch over the top with my sewing machine. A lot of this stuff is of course done before I sew them in, like the lace and things, because they're hard to sew in if you don't, if you have to do it by yourself. Every once in a while I find a page and I go, oh, I need to put some sewing on it, so I'll either hand sew it or I'll get the machine out and I'm very carefully slip that page through. It's like you gotta maneuver the whole book to get it in there, but it can be done. I do it every once in a while. Here's another my watercolor flowers, little what's that called? It's not gauze. Yeah, that stuff. Here's another. It's a beautiful boot. Got the glossy accents on it. Hard to see right now. You can see my son is moving. This one has 3 pockets in it. These are definitely Tracie Fox, and 1 and 2. This one has some roses hanging on it. Appreciate yourself and honor your soul. And then the last one has a little embellishment. It's a my machine also does bows, and so I'll cut them. I'll make a strip of them. Sometimes I cut them up and put them in these little tags. And this page is fun. This one is it's not vellum. It's like plastic, but it's see-through. And so I put 2 pages together. Afterwards, I probably didn't need to do that, but it was okay. I put 2 pages together, so I made a pocket at the top, and it goes all the way across. And then after I glued this in, I hand sewed it because I didn't want to machine sew. It was too close, but kind of gives it kind of fun to add in the middle of it. And then this is one of Tracie Fox's pages. You're gonna see a couple of these paper punches. That is from Dress My Craft, yeah. And so I cut them out. This one I folded and then put on, you know, it looks like a tab. And this is Tracie Fox. I believe this is too. This is a piece of art that is from Vietnam. I know it because my daughter got it from a friend, and she asked me if I wanted it, and I put it in here. Kind of a pop of color, even this and this. You say they might not go, but you know, in traditional junk journal style, it goes, right? It just goes. There's a pocket with one of the pretty tags. There's a different machine sew on there. And this one has a little triangle paper clip, and I did some hand sewing on it, just a little bit, just to hold those little pieces of lace and ribbon on there so it wouldn't fall off instead of doing a tie. Very pretty page, lots of darks. dark colors, but you can see it's like a jewelry page. This is the inside of this second one, and it has hearts. Same thing, they're just hearts I've punched out and put them in the center. This one is part of that Tracie Fox digital that I got, which I put in. It had like a flag, so I just sewed it at the top. Just kind of hangs there, kind of fun. It's the second half of that page from Vietnam. It's a heavy paper, very cool. And this one is I got a couple little. It's a paper clip hanging on the page. Let's see right here. So it's a paper clip, and used it so you can take it off or move it. And then it has this is glued on, but it's like a square. These also came. So that kit kind of went really well. This Tracie Fox kit. I think some of the pop colors were nice with this. It doesn't have exactly all the same, colors. But a pop of red here or there, or pink, blue, went really well with this with the kit. And just a pocket I've hand sewed in with a little tag hanging off the side of a small sheet of paper. This is another die. I just cut it out and glued it on the paper for interest with a couple hearts. And then this is a pocket. This is from Vectoria Designs, and I use them quite often in my journals on the front and the back page. And then I embellish it, but the colors it's perfect for this, so I put one of those in. These are from, oh gosh, I think it was last month's Pink Monarch prints kit. I love them. They're so much fun to use. I'll see them a couple of times in here. And then, yeah, dress. Here's you can see this one a little bit better. You can see where at the top of that heart ribbon, I've woven it and then did a little bit of stitching. All right, what else we got? This is Signature 3. This has a little, it's one of Tim Holtz's sparkly rhinestone. You can still get them. This one has a couple of sheets of Hallmark laser cut stationery. You see this one looks like little flowers on it. I did try to grunge it up a little bit. And then this one as well. This one's really intricate. I find them at thrift stores. I do use stationery, but every once in a while I think it's fun to put a page in, in the journal somewhere, so it can be used. These are the pockets, and they are from Pink Monarch prints. Just a little different way of making a paper clip, and there's nothing in here, but this is from the Tracie Fox kit, and it's one of the like you could put maybe buttons or whatever. It's like a button holder, and it just goes on the top there, a button envelope. All right, this one has another one of the clear pockets on it, and inside there's 2 cards. This one has the, what do you call this one? It's like an office envelope. Secure, what these used to be in the day. And it has 2 tags in it. This is an old vintage trim, gold, very pretty. So they slip in here. And they have some embellishments on it. I made these. They're actually, I reinforced them with glossy accents. And they came from, don't remember, another kit. Cut them out. Some more of the, this has secrets on it. Kind of fun. I put it next to this one, so it's like secrets in your pocket. Another one of the painted flowers, watercolor flowers. And that bar is now right in my way, so. All right, what else we got? A little stamping on page. Just another sewn tag. A couple tabs on pages, just for some extra fun. This is the center of the third signature. Again, a couple of the fussy cut out little dangles. This one just says note. It's one of the envelopes that come with the kit, the Vintage Lady kit. And I've done a little bit of sewing on there. I like the back of that one. That is from Pink Monarch prints. Of course, a lot of stuff in here. Really like. I really like some of their. Well, actually, all of their stuff. All right, and this one has. You can see I used that punch on it, so it has a little bit of a pretty edging on it. It's a pocket with a couple of tags. Another paper clip, kind of a different one this time. And on there, on this tag, I have appreciate yourself and honor your soul. Just added it to the little tab with some thread, needle and thread, and sewed it on there. That's it. And then this is just one of those tags that I liked it. I could put it on a short piece of paper and then it would like stick out the top like that. So I liked how that worked. Another one of the pages. This is just some paper. I put a tab on that mulberry paper. Here's a collage. Another one of those, the Tim Holtz ticket holders with some tags. It has a couple of the tags or cards that I've sewn, they have some of this vintage rickrack, very small. It's usually used in like baby clothes. My grandma had some. It could be used in baby clothes or doll clothes because it was small. So there we go. And then this is a button that's sewed on, kind of like a little mini collage. On this one are two little dangles. This is another one that I made. I'll pull it up real close. And I use glossy accents in the, it actually comes with the bubbles. Tim Holtz has some bubbles in them, but sometimes you don't have to. And then this one's just a different bunch of colored gems from that necklace. All right, let's get this back in center. And then the final signature. This one is really shiny. I used a lot of glossy accents on it, and at first I was a little worried that it wouldn't look nice, but I really liked how it turned out in the end. There's a big pocket. This is a freebie, and I got it just recently. I don't remember who it's from. And then as well, we got just a piece of printed ephemera that I stuck in there. I also have these cute little butterflies. This has been something going on this week. This one kind of lays flat, but it's actually two butterflies sewn together and glued on this page. And I don't know why everything's so dark all of a sudden. I think it's just getting too light, because it's still very nice outside here. Yeah, let's do that again. And then there's a flip underneath like that. It's just an envelope with the flap cut off. Kind of fun extra. And then another, that's one of those pockets where I didn't cut the bottom off, but I glued it all in. So that's how that one turned out. These are fun. These are Tracie Fox's, where you cover your paper clip. Can't see it, but on here I've added, let's do a little close up here. One of those little flowers, embellished flowers, some pretty lace. It's hard to find that one anymore. And then on the, I put one of the Tim Holtz embellished. It's a heart with a little clover on it for good luck. That's Tim Holtz paper. Just hanging off the back here, just so pretty. I love these. When I sell my other journals, I usually include something, and for a while these were the item I was putting in there. My traveler's notebook journals that I sell. All right. And towards the end, this is washi paper, just an embellished page. And to break it up, another envelope with a tag in it. I have a punch that does this. It's like only has 2 punches, so you move it, move it, move it. I like it actually. I think it turned out pretty cute. It's the other side. Black. I have black paper from years ago. Oh my gosh, I don't know how long I've had it, but every once in a while I go, oh, I need to use it because it's kind of fun. And so I put it in one page in this journal. So it's kind of great, you know, for pictures. But that's one. Here's just another little pocket with that vintage. This is actually the circle part of all of the trim that I used here or there. It's this trim, but that's the circle part that went around it. It was ruffled, and I cut it off and used those little circles in one spot and those in another. Okay, so this is the last one. This one's pretty big. I'll put it here so you can see it. And then here's the other one. This is the big rose. But like I said, it was from those same pages. I found the ones I liked and cut them off. There's a little tassel on the little bow clip at the top. Nothing fancy, just some extra poofy stuff that goes up the top. I did try, I forgot to mention, I did try to do some sanding and make the pages look a little bit more tattered on some of the, like, especially the inside pages, give them a little bit more definition. It's another pocket. This is actually a pocket. I sewed around it and made it have a little tiny piece of, I don't even remember where this is from. I have a stash of stuff that just full of little tidbits of things to use. This pocket is layered. Well, not layered on, layered on it. Let's see if I can get that in. So it's a pocket. I've sewn a piece of matching it. The decoration that was on the front of it I didn't care for. So of course I cut out another piece, sewed that on top of it, and then put some cheesecloth. There you go. Couldn't remember the name of it before. And then I cut out one of the images from the cards that come with it. And then I put this card inside. Let's get you in the center-ish. And it's, you know, I glossy accent. It's a purse. I love purses, by the way. This life is a gift. Use some embellishments I put on there. And you can see it's a little heart. It's a lace heart that was on a piece of lace. I still have some left. I dyed it all pinky red for Valentine's Day one year. Didn't use it all, so I have a piece left. And I cut out the hearts back to back and put it on there. It's just a little bit, you know, it's that little bit that you go. I'm hoping that the judges take a look at the whole book and not just you know, look at the front, the top, and whatever, because there's a lot to look at. I gave them a lot to look at, that's for sure. Yep. The other black page, I made a belly band on it. I know sometimes they're hard to write things on, and so the belly band has 2 tags on it. And as well, I'm just gonna zoom this time. The trim up the middle, it matches. I tried to keep it in the color scheme. The green didn't look right, but you can see I did fussy cut out some of the roses from the kit. And so it's on top. So I've got layer after layer after layer. And that was fun. A little bit more. Let's do it there. I think that's good. And then this one has another pocket with one of the, yeah, these aren't gonna stay up. They'd be probably prettier on an outside, you know, on the outside, but it says collect beautiful moments. It's on a envelope, and that's the other side of that. Same thing I did with the other pockets where I made them into a page to sew in. I did that here too. And just a little envelope. And we're getting to the end. It's a file folder, notched envelope, just another pocket with a card. Very, very pretty. Let's reach in just a little bit. I think I'm almost done anyway, but, and I've got another set of, it's not, you know, the paper die cut lace. And this is the last page. Another one of the, it's a 6x6 piece of paper that's folded into a pocket, and the pocket has a couple of cards in it. Card, and this one, pretty. You can add more stuff to it, of course, and these can be used anywhere in the journal, but they just slip in like that, like so. And that's the final back page, and I should say page, and then the back cover. There's also, yeah, you can see that on there. Okay, and that's the back, which I showed you before. So I know this is long. I appreciate you watching. If you watched all the way through, these are of course ideas that can, you know, that are out there for everyone. I've got them from other designers, but I put them together in my own little way, and I enjoy doing it. It's a lot of fun. So I thank you so much for watching, if you watched all the way through, and if you have any questions, just leave them below. Next time I will probably have some of my Traveler's notebook sized inserts out and ready for sale again. I do have a pile of them on my desk just waiting to be finished. So again, thanks for watching and have a great day.